Many people make decisions based on emotions that is not predicated on reality. So I was developing a thought, creating a framework of how things which we conceptualize materialize within reality. And I think this is very interesting. Your mind is actually perceiving reality like a stimulation. So reality is what you interact with. It's what you see, what you perceive. When you get hurt, you are experiencing that. Reality is grounded in time, is constrained, it moves in sequence. But your mind doesn't do that. Your consciousness doesn't even have any restraint. So for instance, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you take a shower, you eat, you go to work. Once you work, you come back home, you go to the gym, you read, you sleep, right? There's a sequence. But you can wake up in the morning and your mind can be thinking about the things that you will do in the afternoon. So your mind already traveled to the future. Your mind doesn't really have any constraint as much as reality does. So we are kind of like living in a multiple realms of existence. And this is how you know you are living multiple realms of existence. Okay, let's say you're sitting down and then a thoughts come to mind about a loved one. And that loved one, for instance, within that imaginations passed away. You feel the emotion, you feel the pain in your heart. Now, in truth, did they pass away? The answer is no. Yet you feel as if they actually passed away. The emotion is stimulated. You see how you are actually living within that reality. But what actually matters to you is the realms of the reality to which we are in, the physical realms. So understanding the frameworks of taking that which we conceptualize, that which we imagine, and how do we bring that into reality. Now, you have to be very careful, because if you think too much on possibility, which is like the endless possibility, then you're not going to be grounded in reality. But if you think too much of reality, there is no room for creativity. So you have to balance both. You can't wake up one day and say, I'm gonna be a billionaire and I'm not gonna do anything. That's not gonna happen, because that's just an imagination. You live in a realm of possibility, but in that realm of possibility has no connections with the physical realms. And what you need to do is connect that to the physical realm. Let's say, for example, you imagine being a billionaire, right? I'm gonna be a billionaire. How are you gonna strategically get there and bring that into the realms of possibility? Now that's very big out there. But conceptualization is very important, because once you conceptualize something, then you bring it into reality. Now, the things that I was talking about, making decisions based on emotions that are not even grounded in reality, is because, let's say for example, you go on a date, right? The date went so wonderful. You loved it. You experienced it. It was amazing. Before the second date come, you already imagine, you already planned, you already experienced the moment that you guys will hug. You already experienced where you're gonna go. You already created a future. You already married this woman in your mind. And then sometimes, because of the overwhelming of the imaginations and the feelings that the imaginations brings to you, you make a decision, irrational decisions toward a reality that has not yet been lived. It has not yet been unfolded. You're still in the progression. Like I said, reality moves in sequence, but imaginations and what dwells within our mind doesn't move in sequence. Your mind doesn't respect time as much as reality respects time. So when you make a decision, find out whether it's grounded in truth that is predicated on reality, or is it predicated on possibility. And I'm not saying maximize one and forget about the other. I'm saying you do maximize both of them, because you need possibility. You also need to be truthful to yourself and know that that's not gonna happen, or that might happen, but that will happen if I were to do this. So that's just the thought for this Monday. Peace out.